So I've been seeing a lot of people online saying that the Montreal Canadiens season is a failure because they keep winning and they're not going to get a generational superstar that they so desperately need to be a contender, because these people are saying you need a McDavid to be a contender, you need a McKinnon, you need a Crosby, you need an Ovechkin, you need that type of player in order to win. Me personally, I completely disagree. You guys know how I feel about this. Even if the Habs are able to get like the 7th and like the 10th overall pick because of that first rounder from Florida, which, yes, I love that so much. I think that's a huge win just because of how deep this draft is, where even if you have a 20th overall pick, there's teams who are not willing to give away their first round pick and want to give it away in a different year because this draft is so deep and you can get such great players deeper in the draft than usual. I think it's still really good for the Montreal Canadiens. Even if they're winning, I've been saying this since the beginning, I think it's a good thing. If they finish 2-4 points out of the playoffs, I'm okay with that. Because guys like Suzuki, like Caufield, like Slafkovsky, Caden Gooley, Arbor Jacki, these guys are learning how to win. And they're gaining confidence about winning. And that's going to serve them well in the long run, so they don't end up being like Taylor Hall and Jordan Eberle in Edmonton, right? Where it was just a constant culture of it's okay if we lose. That's not how you want to build this thing. So I'm happy about it, but a lot of people are saying it's a failure because of guys like Bedard, like Fantilli, like Michkov, right? But to me, I'm telling you, you can still get a really great player, even a star, where the Habs are going to be picking. And the reason it's already a failure by the Christmas break, apparently, is because there's no way teams like Chicago, Anaheim, and Columbus, and even Arizona, are going to be able to catch Montreal. The reason they're saying this is because Chicago has 18 points. They're last in the league, followed by Anaheim and Columbus and Arizona, 21, 22, 25 points, whereas Montreal, 23rd in the league standings, has 33 points, which, yes, that's a big gap going from Chicago and Anaheim to Montreal, and because those teams are already atrocious, and a team like Chicago is most likely going to be trading guys like Kane and Taves, they're not going to catch Montreal. And the standings, as far as those bottom 4 teams, aren't going to change very much. You might see a team like Philly or San Jose slip down into one of those bottom 4 spots, but Montreal already at 33 points. Yes, they're going to go through some growing pains, some losing streaks, but yes, I agree, it's not going to be enough to be able to be caught by those teams and get a much better chance at the lottery. But again, we looked at this the other day, and as of right now, on Tankathon's Draft Lottery Simulator for 2023, the Canadiens have the 9th and the 11th best odds of winning the lottery. So even if they win a couple of games, lose a couple, win 1, lose 2, and they stay around that area, having the 9th and the 11th best odds is really good. And let's be real, I don't think Florida is going to go completely off the rails and just lose a ton of games, but I also don't think they're a good enough team where they're going to go on huge winning streaks here. I think this is what Florida is. They're going to hover around this area. And as far as Montreal, same type of deal. I think they're going to hover around this area. I think this gives us a pretty good indicator of the type of odds the Habs are going to have to win the draft lottery. And again, they don't need to win it. They don't need Connor Bedard. If they get the 5th and the 10th overall pick, trust me, that is a success of a season. If they get the 5th and the 10th overall pick and they've won quite a few games, and you don't have your players thinking, man, I'm getting beaten to the ground in the NHL level. This is bad. I mean, like, are we just not good enough players? Like if you start having that, then you got a problem. But if you can win some games, you build some confidence, and you go with St. Louis, who's clearly building something, as well as Kent Hughes and Jeff Gorton, and you get the 5th and the 10th overall pick, or the 7th and the 10th, whatever, I think that is a huge success, a huge win. I think that Habs fans should absolutely be happy with that. And even if they don't get Bedard or Fantilli or Michkov, they're going to get 2 studs. Okay, and Don't forget, we're not dealing with an empty prospect cupboard in Montreal. There's already a great prospect foundation. Like, don't forget about guys like Owen Beck, like Joshua Roy, like Riley Kidney, right? Like, Sean Farrell wants to say hello also. Like, there's a lot of really good players. Lane Hudson, like, it's already filling up fast. You don't need a first or a second or even a third overall pick in order to have a successful rebuild here. It's being built up. This is going to be a success for the Montreal Canadiens. I hope this kind of stops this rhetoric. It's okay for the Habs to win. It's okay for them to be competitive this year. Okay? Like, comment, subscribe. I'll see you in the next one. Peace out.